Most people think potassium is simple. You just eat a banana and you are good. It sounds easy. Eat more high potassium foods and your body will fix itself. But what if I told you the way most people try to increase potassium is actually working against them? You are not lacking potassium. You are creating instability. And that one difference changes everything. Not because potassium is wrong, but because of what comes with it. Look at the most commonly recommended foods: bananas, potatoes, beans, sweet potatoes. All of them are labeled as high potassium foods. And technically, that is true. But here is what most people never stop to think about. They are also loaded with starch. And starch is just a slower form of sugar. Once it enters your body, enzymes break it down into glucose. And that glucose enters your bloodstream, which triggers insulin. So now, instead of simply increasing potassium, you are also creating a metabolic response. And this is where things start to shift, because insulin is not just a hormone. It is a signal that tells your body what to do with energy: store it, use it, or hold onto it. When insulin spikes quickly, your energy rises fast, but it also falls fast, and that drop is what creates hunger again. You feel like you need more food, but what you actually need is stability. So now you are stuck in a loop. You eat something healthy, but you feel hungry again shortly after. Not because you need more food, but because your system became unstable. And this is the part most people never connect. You are trying to fix one problem while quietly creating another. Because your body does not just respond to nutrients. It responds to how those nutrients are delivered. Fast digestion creates fast signals. Slow digestion creates stable signals. And that difference changes everything. Now here is where things start to change. Instead of asking, what foods contain potassium, ask a better question. What foods deliver potassium without destabilizing your system? Because that answer looks completely different. And this is where one food stands out immediately: avocado. Now, most people do not think of avocado as a potassium food, but one avocado contains around 700 milligrams of potassium. That is already higher than a banana. But the real difference is not the number, it is the delivery. Avocados contain almost no starch, which means no rapid glucose spike, no sudden insulin surge. Instead, you get fat, healthy fat, and fat slows digestion. It delays gastric emptying, which means nutrients enter your bloodstream more gradually. So instead of a spike, you get a slow release. And your body feels that immediately. You feel full longer. You do not crash. You do not get that urgent feeling to eat again right away. And this is the part most people notice first. They stop thinking about food every hour. And here is something even more important. Avocados are rich in magnesium, and this is where things get deeper, because potassium does not work alone. Inside your cells, potassium is tightly regulated. It needs to stay inside the cell to maintain membrane potential. That is what allows your cells to function. Your nerves, your muscles, even your heart. And magnesium plays a critical role in regulating that system. It helps control the transport mechanisms that keep potassium where it needs to be. So without enough magnesium, your potassium balance becomes unstable, which means you can eat potassium all day and still not feel the benefit. And this is why some people say they increase potassium but nothing changes, because the system is incomplete. Now let us take it one step further. Wild salmon. A 6-ounce fillet can give you around 800 milligrams of potassium. But again, that is not the most important part. It also delivers omega-3 fats. And omega-3 plays a completely different role. It helps regulate inflammation, because your body is constantly balancing two forces: inflammation and recovery. Most modern diets are heavily skewed toward inflammation, and omega-3 helps bring that back into balance. At the same time, salmon provides magnesium and high-quality protein. And all of these together change how your body responds. No spike, no crash, just stable energy. And when your energy stabilizes, your hunger stabilizes. And this is where people start noticing something. They are not thinking about food constantly. Not because they are forcing discipline, but because the signal changed. Now, let us talk about something most people completely overlook. Leafy greens, spinach, Swiss chard, beet greens. Yes, they are high in potassium. But here's the part that matters: how you prepare them. Because potassium is water soluble, which means if you boil these foods, the potassium diffuses into the water, and you lose a significant portion of it. So you think you are eating potassium-rich food, but your body is getting much less. Same food, different method, completely different outcome. So, instead of boiling, you lightly cook them. Steam them, sauté them, preserve the minerals, because your body responds to what actually gets absorbed, not what you think you ate. Now, let us address something that scares a lot of people: oxalates, found in foods like spinach. People hear this and immediately think kidney stones. But here's what actually happens. Oxalates can bind with calcium to form calcium oxalate. That is the compound found in many kidney stones. But context changes everything. If you consume calcium or magnesium with these foods, those oxalates bind in your intestine and get eliminated instead of being absorbed and reaching your kidneys. So instead of avoiding the food, you manage the interaction. And this is a pattern you will keep seeing. It is not about removing foods, it is about understanding how they interact. Now let us talk about something even simpler: water. Because even if everything else is perfect, if you are not hydrated, your system becomes concentrated. And when solutes become too concentrated, crystals can form. But when you increase fluid intake, you dilute everything. Lower concentration, lower risk, simple change, massive impact. And this is where everything connects. Potassium is not just a nutrient. It is part of a system that depends on magnesium. Hydration, digestion speed, food structure. And once you understand that, you stop chasing single nutrients and start thinking in systems. Because your body is not reacting to labels, it is reacting to signals. And those signals are coming from everything you eat. So the real question is not, am I getting enough potassium? It is this: is my system stable? Because when your system becomes stable, everything changes. Your energy becomes predictable. Your hunger becomes quieter. Your control increases. Not because you forced it, but because your body stopped working against you. And that is the moment everything shifts. You are not fixing your diet, you are fixing your signals. And that is where real health begins.